Hello, class. Hope you guys are doing well today. My name's Jeffrey Rima. I live in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, while my house in Ranson, West Virginia is being remodeled. I live here with my wife, Jessica, my son, Spencer, who's a year and a half old, and my grandmother. We're taking care of her while we live with her. Um, some of my hobbies include hiking, photography, just being out in nature, being outside. And obviously, I love flying, something that I've taken up in the past couple of years, starting here at Liberty University, and I've just loved it ever since. I'm currently working on my CFI certificate to be able to. My goal is to be able to share my knowledge, my passion, and my love for aviation with others, and just carry on the torch that's kind of been handed off to me by some of my flight instructors. Um, my specific degree, I'm trying to get my bachelor's in aviation, doing the professional pilot path. This is all online through Liberty University, with the exception of going to Aviation Adventures in Leesburg for my flight training. My current job, I'm a sergeant with the Warren County Sheriff's Office in Virginia. I supervise 5, 6 people, working the midnight shift on patrol. We do normal patrol deputy things like traffic enforcement, safety things, sometimes holding people accountable for their actions, so on and so forth. After this course, I plan on continuing my flight certificates. I'm trying to get my CFI right now. I want to get my instrument instructor certificate, my multi-engine, and my multi-engine instructor certificate before ending my tenure here at Liberty University. And then after that, I might continue on. I just got an email not too long ago about a master's degree program Liberty University is putting on. And it's something that honestly intrigued me. School's not been super difficult for me. The hardest thing has just been scheduling my time, but I've really been loving the process, going through, learning new things, and just bettering myself altogether. Liberty University has done a great job helping me with that, helping me come closer to God in a way that I never thought I could be before, and just really solidifying my foundation in the scripture and learning new things about the Bible and everything else too, math, science, history, all of it. It's just been a really great experience, and I don't know if I'm ready to give that up just yet. I only have a few more classes left, a few more English classes, and the rest is pretty much aviation from here on out. So who knows? Might continue. Um, my past experiences, I was a United States Marine for 5 years. I worked on the tilt rotor aircraft, the Osprey, um, and it was something that I wanted to do because I've always loved aviation. I've always had this deep passion for aviation, and I really did enjoy my time there. I worked on the hydraulic systems for the aircraft and the body of the airplane. I got to do a lot of cool things. I went to Afghanistan in 2011. It was a very rewarding experience, but I never thought that I could get into the aviation industry, especially as a pilot. I just thought that it was a rich man's game and something that I wasn't able to do. I never really had the opportunity. But then God uh, put in front of me an opportunity when a gentleman walked up to me while I was working an overtime assignment. And we saw Fairfax, Virginia. They have a helicopter flyover. And we started talking about aviation. He invited me out to Leesburg to do an adventure flight. And, just kind of talked it up. And I was real excited about it. So I was like, I'm going. So I showed up there and took my adventure flight. I was super excited and super pumped, but I just had no idea. I'm like, there's no way I can do this. That was fun. But, now I got to go back to my life again. And God threw another sign right out there in front of me, just on cue. And it was a big banner said Liberty University, come learn to fly with us. And it really kind of made me start thinking a little bit. So I looked into it and I realized, hey, the GI Bill can fund a lot of this and help support a lot of this. So I got real excited, started making phone calls, started doing research, and I was like, all in. So since 2018, I've been flying and flying and flying and just keep on flying, and I've been loving it ever since. It's really been a great journey for me, and it's something that I know happened through divine intervention. God threw it out there in front of me and was like, hey, this is something you wanted. This is something you can do. Now it's time for me to return the favor back to him and use this as my calling to really spread his message and spread his good word. And Liberty University has put me in a great place to be able to do that. In this particular course, I just want to learn more about the aviation industry. I really don't know a whole lot. Yeah, I'm going further and getting higher ratings and getting higher certificates, but aviation is something that's relatively new to me outside of the Marine Corps, which is not really civilian aviation, has really very little to do with it. If anything at all, I don't know. So I'm trying to learn more. I want to learn more about the history of aviation. Um, the difference between Part 141 and Part 61, because it's something that I'm going to need to use as a flight instructor and something I'm going to have knowledge in. And also, like the course says, it's going to help me validate God's calling to pursue aviation, which is great because honestly, right now, other than just being a good steward and showing people that I don't have all this power on my own, that God is what's leading me and what's directing my moral compass and making me the person that I am. I don't really know how to use aviation as a calling for God. So hopefully this course can do that for me. I look forward to learning with you guys, getting to know you guys, seeing your guys' introduction videos. I know mine is probably a little bit longer than it has to be, but just really wanted to share with you guys my story and where I come from. And I wish you guys all the best success if this is your first term with Liberty University. I really hope you guys have just as good an experience as I've had so far. If you're a senior like I am, I hope you guys are able to use this course and go on to do great things for God and great things for yourselves and your communities and your family and so on and so forth. I just pray for the best for everybody, pray for the instructor, pray for the aviation industry right now. I know one of my instructors just told the class that he got laid off from his job. So keep everybody in your prayers. Let's do this thing together, and I look forward to it. Have a good evening.